Good morning, Sam Chesney here from Northern Ireland. I'm going to do a few wee clips for ABP PRISM. We were thinking about having a farm visit later on, but the weather has just been so bad here and elsewhere in the UK that I thought I'll probably save it to next year. So a few clips on what we're doing here to try and get around the bad weather and going forward what we're going to do with to try and mitigate our carbon footprint. Okay, here we are in our reseed, multi-species sward. The reason for growing that is to reduce our fertiliser requirements. Our perennial ryegrass swards at present are getting about 170 kilos, and we've really got down to virtually nothing. No nitrogen requirements for this year. Do recommend a wee bit of P&K. The story of this field was we measured grass last year. The field was slowing up. We sowed direct drilled stubble turnips and red start, grazed it all winter with heifers, with silage bales across the field. Needed it very badly in the spring to winter to sort of put cows and calves on with silage trailers until the grass to the ground took up. And then we mixed species sward, 2 perennial ryegrasses, red clover, white clover, plantain and chicory. And it wasn't sowed to the 28th of June, stale seed bed option. We have a fantastic crop. Normally sometimes we would undersow it with barley, but we didn't do it this time. Put a wee bit of rape through it just to shelter some of it. Rape didn't take that well. You can see a bit of it there, but exceptional. It's just a wee bit too wet underfoot. It was ploughed and reseeded, so we're just going to hold on till it dries. And beyond that, we have a field of lucerne sowed at the same day, and it was cut really well. Lucerne is to have home saved forage protein to reduce the protein levels in our concentrates that we buy in. We reduced the concentrate levels by 2%, while a percent of protein is roughly about 12 pound a tonne. So we've reduced our concentrate input by 12 pound a tonne, 24 pound a tonne. So yeah, we're helping to try and drive down the reliance on foreign protein, drive down the reliance on bought-in nitrogen, and to produce our own. These swards here with the clovers will produce 150, 250 kilos of nitrogen per hectare easily, and the cattle love it. We have now a third of our farm in mixed species. I'm going right across the farm there in a block. I don't think we'll have any more. In a drought condition, it's unbelievable. It's the only green pastures we will have. This year is an exception. 200% more rain than we normally have. 80 acres silage still to cut. Cattle on a two-day paddock rotation. We're running out of grass very quickly. Some cattle have been really housed, but this field does your heart good. So just a wee bit for me today. I'll come back later on in about another month's time, and we'll talk about what we've done with our cattle enterprise. We've moved our genetics from continental bred cattle to native bred cattle, and the reasons for doing that. So I hope you enjoy this wee pick. Okay, bye.